You're in Braves country. Braves Country by D.M. McGee. A is for Aaron, the hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavine. Southpaw winds and kicks. Changing speeds east and west. A gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright. The father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for Inning, ending double play. Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones. Andrew let her fly. And his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts. A plenty from Strider. The quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez. Javi to B-Mac. Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog. He won 355. Could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P's still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking. The top pitcher's lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy. The big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler. Matzik and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren. Skip Carey 2. Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren. Spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young. The game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Ramalama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35, the great 44, or 755, and old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying. It felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves Country's the best. Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee.
like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. You can't drink like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and flat out deceived.
Why did you get so drunk?
You got drunk. I'm just really exhausted.
What's in that cup?
Rum and Cokes.
Do you have any idea how important this is? We're trying to save the pub call. Really? This is what you're doing? This is what you're doing?
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry,
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Breen. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country. If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to 1 strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first, and here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that Braves have won it all!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate.
Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Play ball!
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
All right, you guys, let's listen up. We won a game yesterday. And if we win one today, that's 2 in a row. We win one tomorrow, that's called a winning streak. It has happened before. So let's see some hustle. Let's jack it up a little. I got a feeling things are about to turn around for us.
Down a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. We're set to bring you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. It's time to put it all aside and get set for what should be a great day on Braves Country Radio. We'll go through the lineups today as the game moves along. Put your click in the chat, slap that like, and let's get ready, Braves Country. We'd like to thank everybody for choosing Braves Country Radio, and a special thanks to all the country club members. Please like on your way in and subscribe, set those alerts, and share Braves Country Radio to help build the crowd so we can continue to bring you the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves Baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation is in its 5th season of bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 170 Atlanta Braves ball games. Please like and subscribe today. Join the Country Club. Thank you to all the Country Club members. You help support Braves Country Radio.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good Sunday afternoon, Braves country. I see Royal in the chat. I see Timmy Powell, country club member. Who do we have in here? George Pearson, country club member. Uncle Charlie Fritz, Uncle Charlie, country club member. Christopher Townsend, CT, good to see you. Justin Green Machine. Jen J, all country club members. Who else do we have in here today? Uncle, country club member. Got a couple of unks and country club members today. Good to see you, Tree Nug. John, country club member. Billy Birdwell. Rob T, country club member. See George Pearson. Is Neil Pearson in here yet? Everybody loves Raymond Lovelace. Braden Quinn. David McComber, country club member. Renee Stokes. What you talking about, Willis Mathis, country club member. Norman Attaway. We missed you. Throw yourself in the chat. We'll be right back. Pitch by pitch, play by play. It's Spencer Strider Day. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination.
Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in time and space.
We offer you
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves country.
This is a reminder, disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
Good afternoon, Braves Country. First pitch is just about here. 87 degrees here in Truist Park with the wind blowing out to dead center at about 4 miles an hour. So shouldn't be a big factor one way or the other. Atlanta Braves are wearing their home whites top to bottom. Braves on the chest in red. Outlined in navy, tomahawk the same, striped in gold. On the back you got numerals, the same, red and outlined in navy, and the names on the back of the jerseys in navy. Navy ball cap, red bill, classic white A representing the city of Atlanta, Georgia. One of the top ball caps in all of sport. And Spencer Strider getting on the bump to throw his last final warm-up tosses. He's 3-5 with a 4.07 ERA and a 2.05 batting average against. Left to right in the outfield today, just like yesterday, we got Fairchild, Eli, and Acuna. There's a left-hander on the bump for the Phillies, so I don't think this is a permanent. I think they're trying this out with the left-handers. And Riley to Allen to Ozzie to Olsen in the around the horn in the diamond, and Smurf is once again behind home plate with the left-hander on the mound. It'll be Turner, Schwarber, Bohm, Castellanos, Kepler, Real Muto, Stott, Kemp, and Marsh. Exact same batting lineups for both teams as yesterday. Phillies are wearing their road grays with the red lettering. Phillies across the chest, outlined in white. Same as the numerals on the back and red names on the back. Red ball cap, white P on the front, representing the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And our pick to click today, with the tough left-hander on the mound, we're going to go with Ronald Acuna Jr. We'll take the Braves to win this one in a low-scoring affair. Give me Atlanta to crack a few later, but win this one 5-2. We're just about set, so we'll go ahead and get the 3D going for you here in 1 second. Spencer Strider comes set. Looks into Smurf, and yes, sir! It is baseball time in Braves country. First pitch on the way is a fastball high and out of the zone to Trey Turner. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swing, chops it over to short. Allen's got it a high hop, but he'll fire it to first and get the out as Turner busted it down the line. One away. That one took a funny hop. Had a lot of top spin on it. Almost leaped over his head. he was charging the ball with Turner's speed, and that ball almost took off on him. Kyle Schwarber, the batter. Righty-lefty matchup, 25 home runs on the year, the designated hitter. Swing rips the first pitch he sees right back up the middle, and it's a one-out single for the Phillies. Good hard-hit ball right past the glove hand of Spencer Strider. Strider, I don't know how to explain his reaction there, but the ball shot over his shoulder and then he put his glove up, kind of almost like a whiplash effect. Alec Boehm, your batter, batting .287 home runs. First pitch high and out of the zone. Four-seam fastball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Runner at first, one out. Infield back and to the left. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Good slider. It's 1-1. Spencer Strider today, his over-under was 7.5 on the strikeouts out in the desert. Ranger Suarez, I believe it was 5.5, the 1-1. 84 inside, got the intercut. It's 1-2. Put your predictions via the Strider emoji on how many strikeouts you think he's going to get today. I went with 10. Might be a little over my skis on that one, but I'm wishing good things today. Strider turns and flips it over to first. Braves are off tomorrow, and then we welcome in the Los Angeles Angels for 3. And normally you'd say we have an upper hand, but you look at the pitching matchups, not so much. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Slider from Strider, 2 down. First strikeout of the day for Spencer Strider. Braves released their starting rotation for that series, and it's not to anybody's surprise, but it is worth a mention as Castellanos digs in. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Chops it foul down the third base line. It's 0-1. Didier Fuentes will get the ball on Tuesday. Grant Holmes on Wednesday. And then Bryce Elder on Thursday. It's expected that Los Angeles will have Anderson, Kikuchi, and Soriano. They'll flip it over to first real quick. Keep Schwarber close by. I was hoping we'd get Kyle Hendricks, but no such luck. The 0-1 in the dirt, 1-1. That'll be we'll go over that on Tuesday morning, 12 o'clock Eastern, in your Braves Country today. Noontime pregame show. But that series is going to be all about our starting pitching. The 1-1, swing, sizzles it foul down the right field line, but well out of play. It's 1-2. It's going to be a dicey situation for that bullpen in those 3 games. When you've got Fuentes, Holmes, and Elder going back to back to back. I thought they might bust them up and put Schwellenbach on the bump on Thursday, but they're not going to do that. The 1-2, swing, rips it towards the center. Ozzy's got it, backhands it, fires it to first, and he's going to be safe. The throw was a little wide. Ozzy had to backhand it behind second base, turn and fire. And I think he would have been better off giving the ball up to Nick Allen, who was right there as well, and his momentum was taking him towards first base. I don't know if they were going to get him regardless, but Allen would have given them a much better chance. Ozzy cut in front of him. There's not a lot you can do if you're Allen at that point. So runners on first and second. 2 outs, and Max Kepler batting .209, but he does have 9 home runs. 28 RBI. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way to Kep. He's in the dirt. Slider misses. It's a 1-0. Those of y'all who weren't looking at it on video, Nick Allen was right there when Ozzie cut in front of him, and his momentum was taken to first. So he had the best chance, but Ozzie may not have seen him. The 1-0. Curveball down and in. Did he go around? He did not. Ball 2-0. 2-0 count. You got JT Realmuto standing on deck. Strider at 13 pitches, and it's a humid day here in Atlanta. The 2-0 from Strider. Fastball, fouls it straight back, 96 miles an hour. Good cut, 2-1. Braves looking to win this series and build some momentum as they welcome in the rest of their homestand before the All-Star break. They'll get the Angels in for 3 and then the Orioles in for 3 next weekend. Remember, next Sunday, it's an early start, 11:35. The 2-1, swing and a miss, slider down and in, 2-2. We are the Roku game of the week, so it's 11:35 first pitch. We'll come on the air at about 11 a.m. to get you ready. And it is a late afternoon game on Saturday, so they don't have a real quick turnaround, thankfully. The 2-2. Slider in the dirt, try to get him to chase that same pitch, full count. So now the runners will be off to the races with 2 outs and a full count. Realmuto stands on deck. Strider just does not want to give up this early lead. Ranger Suarez has been tough to score on all year long. The payoff pitch. Swing, pops it back foul, 97. Good pitch, good swing. We'll do it again, full count. Full count. First and second, 2 outs. Strider comes set. Looks back at second. The runners go. Pitch on the way, in the dirt, ball 4. So they'll load the bases up now with 2 outs. And JT Realmuto, who's a very tough customer, will come to the plate. Smurf's going to go out there and talk to Strider, but it's probably more just to, A, give him a breather, and B, to go over his game plan versus JT Realmuto. Realmuto batting .244 on the year. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way, 96. Four-seam fastball well off the plate. It's 1-0. JT Realmuto, 2 for 17 lifetime versus Spencer Strider with 10 strikeouts. But you got nowhere to put him, and Realmuto knows that. The 1-0. Another slider. Nibbling again. Sean Murphy's got to get a lot more aggressive here. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and he's trying to get him to nibble all around. JT not biting on it. Infield back and to the left. The 2-0. Swing, chops it up the middle. Right to Nick Allen. He'll flip it to Ozzie. 6-4 in your putout, and that'll end the inning. Whew! That could have been a disaster. We'll be back in a flash. The Braves grab the bats when we return against the Phillies.
I love it when people apologize when they're wrong, but I need to get better about accepting apologies, because sometimes they'll be like, hey, sorry I've been such a lately, and I'll be like, lately? Who's lately?
So this little boy looked at his dad and said, hey, Dad, what is dark humor? And the dad said, look over there, son. You see that guy with no legs? And the little boy said, Dad, I'm blind. He said, you're welcome.
When I go out to dinner, I don't share plates, okay? There's always those people that are like, should we just like order a bunch of things and like sample? No, because this isn't the grocery store and we don't have those little toothpicks. How do you split a deviled egg 7 ways? We're human size, all right? We're not Smurfs. Okay, we don't need to be sharing a tomato. And someone in the group's always like, oh, you should just finish that last piece there. Oh, the 1/14 of a chicken thigh that has more human DNA on it than most crime scenes? No, I'm good, thanks.
When people are like, oh, just trust your gut. Oh, my gut, the one that can't even handle dairy. And I feel like I may need different advice.
And ain't no sense sitting around worrying about one play or one call, one call by the umpire or anything like that. It comes right down to, hey, we got a hit. If we're as good as people say we are, and we deserve to be in the World Series, and we're the best team in baseball and all that business, we got to prove it right out there with our bat.
Yeah, bad memories, Black Friday.
The following season would only bring a painful rerun, with the Phillies winning the NL East for a third straight year, but then coming up short against the Dodgers again in the championship series. As for Schmidt, a pattern was developing. For the second straight postseason, he had no home runs and only 1 RBI. When the fans let him know how disappointed they were, his frustrated response came with unusual honesty.
I've decided that I deserve to be booed. There's no question about it. If I had a boo sign in my back pocket, I'd pull it out and help them.
What's up, Braves country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See you on the ballpark.
Welcome back. Ronald Acuna Jr. leads us off. First pitch on the way to from Ranger Suarez. It is an 87-mile-an-hour four-seamer up top. It's 0-1. Lefty-righty matchup, the 0-1. Bends that slider inside, right there on the hands, 0-2. That's been, the Mets and Phillies have really been pitching Ronald inside, tried to jam him. The 0-2. Try to get a chase the changeup off the edge, 1-2. One-two count, inside sinker, 2-2. Ronald Acuna Jr.'s 3 for 16 lifetime with 2 RBIs versus Ranger. He does have a double. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Sat him down. 1 away. 1 down. Matt Olson will come to the plate. Olson is just 4 for 22 lifetime versus Suarez. 2 doubles. First pitch on the way, swung on, chopped it off his instep. It's 0-1. Count. Lefty-lefty matchup. Olson taking a second to walk that off. That must have really got him. Where did it get him at? I thought it was it got him on the knee before it hit his foot. Thought it went straight into his instep, but it hit him on the knee, the left knee, his plant leg. He is walking that off. The training staff came out to take a quick check on him. He appears to be okay. Marcell Ozuna, he does have a home run versus Suarez in 7 for 22 lifetime. He stands on deck. The 0-1. Swing, slices it towards third. It's going to take a slow hop, but Olson, did he beat it out? He beat it out. Olson hobbling on that knee and everything. He beat it out for an infield single. Good hustle by the Ice House, and we got something going.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House. Ice House. Smooth as it gets.
Good hustle by Olson. There's kind of a corkscrew that died into the infield. And he'll pick up the base and grab his putter. First pitch on the way to Ozuna's off the plate. For a ball, sinker misses, it's 1-0. Lefty-righty matchup. Suarez looks in. The 1-0. Bangs it. Foul back behind him. 1-1. Ozuna batting .251 on the year, 11 home runs, 40 RBI. Suarez, his 10th pitch of the afternoon. The 1-1. Swing. Chops it down the line, foul. 1-2. One-two count. Outside wide. He's trying to get the right-handers chase that changeup. That's kind of his forte. He gets you 2 strikes on it. He wants you to try to dive out and either weakly hit that changeup or swing and miss altogether. The 2-2 to the zoo. Swing! Slices it foul down the right field line. Out of play. We'll do it again. It's going to be the key to this game is to get Suarez out of the game. And hopefully the Braves will eat some pitches and work the count. You do wonder, even though Ranger Suarez isn't from Philadelphia, but you do wonder if the heat may be a factor. The 2-2 just got a piece of it. Starting to get into those dog days of summer, and these starting pitchers come down here in the briar patch, and a lot of times that heat does a number on them. 2-2 count. Suarez looks in, brings it. Swing, chops it foul again. Braves nothing, Phillies nothing. Standing on deck is Austin Riley. The 2-2. They set up well inside. Pitch inside, just misses, full count. Austin Riley stands on deck, and Austin Riley has very good numbers versus Suarez. He is 8 for 23 lifetime with the home run, a .348 average. The 3-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Chased a slider up top, may or may not have been on the zone. It was right there, probably too close to take, 2 down. But nonetheless, that was a good at-bat by Ozuna. He saw some pitches, made him work a little bit, and Suarez at 16 pitches here in the first inning. He already looks like he's been punched in the gut, man. He is woofing out there. First pitch to Riley. Off the edge, well off the edge, but called for a strike. Bad call by home plate umpire Willie Trainer. It's 0-1. We have not seen Trainer much. The 0-1. Swing, pops it up. Can of corn over to short, easy out. Turner will wait for it to come down, and that'll end the inning. Braves put one on, but can't do anything with it. We return. The bottom of the order due up for the Philadelphia Phillies.
I had a meeting this morning with all 12 people in my head, and we decided that we're not going to be crazy no more.
So this map shows America's most Googled Thanksgiving recipes based on the state. And it's crazy to see that the South ain't Googling anything. The South they're good. They're either hearing from an auntie or they already know exactly what's happening. Meanwhile, you got people searching for mashed potatoes. Jell-O? Y'all really pulling up to Thanksgiving with Jell-O?
You know, the closer it gets to Christmas, the more I realize these kids don't even look like me.
Every time I go out with my wife, I'm like, do you want dessert? And she's like, no, I can't. I'm so full. And then right as I'm about to eat mine, I see her fork crossing the table into the no-fly zone. And she says the same thing every time. She goes, I'm just going to have a little bite. Just going to have a little bite.
When I say I'm going to bed early, what I really mean is I'm just going to another room to watch videos and memes, which I will send to you for the next 2 hours straight.
I just want the people to know I would be booing myself. All I can do is go out there and swing my way out of it and hope the cream will come to the top. 76, 77, and 78. I first admit that I didn't perform well in the postseason. I was a big part of us losing 3 in a row. I felt a burden of lack of performance in the postseason. We almost felt like, I don't know, the pressure of the postseason was too much for us to handle. I know I felt that way.
Pete was news. Pete had a story. Pete had an opinion of the game. He had all that stuff. For Mike, it was just absolutely heaven. He couldn't have asked for a better situation.
He brought the press to him They went to Pete's locker, not to my locker. And I was so glad that I didn't have that burden every night of speaking on behalf of the team.
Pete Rose, 1979, was all about positivity. And Mike fed off Pete's positivity, and he fed off Pete's never-ending monologue about how good he was and how everybody in the league knew it except him.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Spencer Strider is a curveball right there for a strike to Bryson Stott. It's 0-1. Stott 3 for 22 lifetime versus Spencer. The 0-1 swing, fouls it away, 96-mile-an-hour fastball, top of the zone. It's 0-2. 24 plate appearances, so he has drawn a couple of walks. He does have a double to his name versus Strider. The 0-2. Swing! Slices it foul. 97, top shelf. Well out of play. 0-2 count. Kicks and fires. Swing, chops it over to first. Backhanded by Olsen. Olsen hits Strider in stride as he taps the bag. One away. One down, 0-0 your score. As we are just here in the top of the second inning, if you're just joining us. Philadelphia threatened in the first, but Strider got out of the jam with the bases loaded ground out from JT Realmuto. Pittsburgh has taken a 5-0 lead on the New York Mets. First pitch on the way, swung on and fouled away. It's 0-1. That's Frankie Montas on the hill today. I think that was a grand slam, maybe? It was Tommy Pham hit a home run. Or maybe they had just hit a grand slam. Regardless, it's 5-0 in the first. The 0-1, outside wide, 1-1. 1-1 count. Frankie Montas comes in and mows us down, shuts us out 5 innings. He goes to Pittsburgh and gets annihilated. Just tells you how bad our offense has been this year, man. God bless. Otto Kemp, one for a 1-1 count. He has not seen Strider before. The pitch on the way. Slider, come on now, come on. That hit the side of the zone, and it was a lot closer than the strike that he gave Suarez. So we're going to have issues with Willie Traynor all afternoon. The 2-1. Right there for a strike. Slider, 2-2. It's when your manager's got to stick his head out of the dugout and set the tone immediately that he doesn't like the call. You don't wait for it to build up 7th, 8th inning. You set the tone immediately. You don't have to get tossed the first time, but you got to let them know that you're ticked off. The 2-2 count. 97, misses high and out of the zone. Full count. The full count. Swing, chops it over to third. Riley has it, flips it to first, and it's 5-3 in your scorecard, quickly 2 away. Strider needs that quick second inning. A lot of pitches there in the first inning, well over 20. He's sitting at 31 now. First pitch on the way is a check swing, 96-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 0-1. Brandon Marsh, your batter. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. The 0-2 count. Check swing. Did he go around? I think they said he made a contact with. That ball kicked wide towards the Phillies batting circle, but no, they're going to say that didn't hit his bat at all. Okay. It's a 1-2 count. Looked like he went around, but no appeal. The 1-2. 96 inside, just misses. 2-2. 2-2 count. The pitch on the way. Swing. Fouls it away. Braves nothing, Phillies nothing. Brandon Marsh, by the way, he's 5 for 15 with 2 home runs versus Strider in his career. The 2-2. Nowhere near the zone. Full count. I know one of those home runs came during the postseason. So a payoff pitch now here for Marsh. Trey Turner in the top of the order looms on deck. You'd much rather see him in the third inning. Strider comes set. The payoff pitch. Swing. Lifts it into center field. Going back on the track. Making the running catch is the Book of Eli to slam that book on the second inning. We'll be back in a flash. Great running play by Eli. The Braves, Phillies, 0-0. Bottom of 2 we go.
Just so flippin' thankful you guys are enjoying my videos, because I thought I was about to have to start doing astrology content. Ew, right? I'm not that desperate yet.
When I apologize to my husband for being a little crazy, I don't want him to say it's okay. The proper response is, you are not crazy, my perfect, beautiful, mentally stable wife.
Every month I put $40 on my kid's lunch account. It lasts my son all month. It lasts my little girl like 2.5 weeks. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? So I called the school. They said, well, right now she's got like 38 juice boxes on her tab. I'm like, that sounds excessive. So I said, what's up? Are you doing a juice cleanse, baby? And she's like, no, I'm buying those for all of my friends. I'm like, who are you, T-Pain? Like, don't do that. Don't do that. I ain't got finances to be funding a apple juice bottle service at the elementary school. So I called my wife. I'm pissed. I'm like, damn, she's got your spending habits. And she's like, what do you mean? And I told her. And she was like, that sounds like you every Wednesday night at Applebee's. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So I'm driving up there now to put $40 more on it, because real recognize real.
Mike Schmidt, you know, a lot of people seem to think he's nonchalant when he misses a ground ball, but Mike Schmidt is as dedicated baseball player as I've ever played with, and I played with some darn good ones.
First thing Pete addressed to Mike was, you know, when we used to look across you in the field and see you at third, we said, man, this guy's special. And right away you could see Schmidt's eyes light up like, really? Because Schmidt never believed he was as good as he was.
To me, that just made my chest come out further and made me feel more confident as a player, and he was a fantastic teammate.
The club made a change at the top, bringing in Dallas Green as their new manager, with a look towards turning the page to 1980.
He was looking to get the best out of his players, of course. Heck, and as it turned out, it worked.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies is inside for a ball. Lefty-righty matchup. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Bender. Curveball way out of the zone. 2-0. Ozzie Albies batting .223 on the year. His OPS is just .619. That's why I don't understand why he's underneath Sean Murphy. The 2-0. Knocks it over to third. It's a 5-3 put out. Easy out. One away. One away, and Sean Murphy, who was the hero of last night's game with the grand slam in the bottom of the 7th that gave the Braves a commanding 6-1 lead, steps in to face Ranger Suarez. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Swing. Lifts it high and deep into center field, going back on the track. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong, a solo shot, and the Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-0 lead. Holy cow!
Herbs, where are you? I must call an emergency meeting. Oh, there he is. Smurf is me. I'll be right there. Don't try to fool me.
His 11th home run of the year, 27th RBI, 451 feet to dead center.
Smurfy.
Wow! Smurf's going to make it hard to keep him out of the lineup. First pitch on the way. To Eli White is down and in. It's 1-0. He keeps swinging the bat like that. You might have to give Ozuna a day off from time to time and let Smurf DH. First pitch on the way is a cutter. Swing and a miss at the top. It's 1-1. Eli White batting .247. 1-1. Swung on. Chopped foul off the plate. 1-2. And he hammered that one. I mean, that was a no-doubter. Sean Murphy, before that, was 1 for 8 lifetime, but he did that one hit was a home run against Suarez. The 1-2. Swing, slices it foul. We'll do it again. One-two count. Braves lead it 1-0. Big, important early run. The 1-2 to White. Inside. Sinker almost gets him on the hip. 2-2. Standing on deck is Stuart Fairchild. Eli White is 1 for 7 lifetime versus Suarez. The 2-2. Chopper back to the mound. Make it 1 for 8. Suarez flips it to first. 2 down. Two down. We're just a couple of days away from Jurickson Profar and his suspension being over with. He's eligible to return on the 2nd. Fairchild's 1 for 8 lifetime versus Suarez. Lefty-righty. First pitch, swing and a miss at the curveball off the edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Steps out of the box for a second. Oh, 1 count. Brings it. Down and in. 1-1. Change up. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Cutter. 1-2. Suarez is at 31 pitches. That's pretty good for the Braves. You want him averaging over a little more than that, but that's a good start as the 1-2 misses 2-2. To get him out early, you'd like him to average closer to 20 pitches, but you'll take 15, especially with this humidity today. The 2-2. Swing, just got a piece of it. We'll do it again. We'll keep an eye on it, but if Suarez starts getting tired in this heat, and it's supposed to get up around 90 today, you might start seeing that sinker being left up in the zone. The 2-2, down and in, full count. So full count to Fairchild. You'd love to clear the number 9 hitter in this inning. If Stewart can get on and bring Nick to the plate. The payoff pitch. Swing, hammers it over to third. Good backhanded grab by Bohm. He's got to hurry. Fairchild's flying down the line, and he will just beat Stewart by about a half step. That'll end the inning, but not for your Atlanta Braves. Put one on the board. A solo shot from the Smurfs.
Smurf is me. I must call an emergency meeting.
We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
For years I've had you. You think I'm gonna give you up now? I ain't got time to train another.
This stupid phone just keeps telling me that my cloud storage is full.
Delete some stuff.
Delete what, genius? It's in the cloud. It's not even real. What am I supposed to... Why are you laughing at me? What? What's so funny? That's a real thing. What am I supposed to do?
Just delete some stuff, Dad. It's online. It's real. It's just online. It's stored on, servers, okay? It's not literally in the sky.
Okay, so you're telling me there's some faceless nerd who's got my pictures and my files in his parents' basement, and he's got all my How am I supposed to go find that motherfucker?
Or
and go clean up?
You can just pay for more storage.
Oh, that's great. Just give them more of my money. You know what? I'm just going to go back to writing regular letters with a pencil and a piece of paper and a stamp.
Hey, you sure you don't want an ink and quill too, Grandpa?
Yeah, I might do that.
Yeah, let me get a pigeon for delivery too.
Keep it up, and there's going to be some stone tablets coming your way that say, "Get the f*** out of here."
It's a new month. But honey, you still ain't got that dog in you. Maybe next month.
But why not just use food coloring for the beer? Because beer's not a food. When was the last time you ate a beer? When was the last time you drank paint? Have you been drinking paint? No. Let me see your tongue. Oh my God, dude!
In 1980, it was a year in my career that sort of defined me as a player.
If you look back at 1980, there were a lot of ups and there were a lot of downs. It wasn't like they sailed right to the division title.
As Philadelphia yo-yoed half a game ahead and then half a game behind Montreal in the National League East.
Main adversary that year was the Montreal Expos.
As for the Expos, they gained a first-place half-game lead with 3 games remaining against Philadelphia, the final 3 days of the season.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Spencer Strider starts this inning off with a strike and follows it up with a four-seam fastball inside to Trey Turner. It's 1-1. The 1-1 from the quad father. Number 99 turns and delivers. Swing, chops it over to first. Olsen has it. Strider covering the bag. 3-1 on the putout. Quickly 1 down. We get one more economical inning from Strider, he'll be right on task. Spencer Strider, 2 1/3 innings so far. Just 1 strikeout. Suarez with 2. Kyle Schwarber, the batter. He hammered a single to center field his first time up. Pittsburgh now 6-0 over the Mets. Man, Frank the Tank, everybody better hide his belt. First pitch on the way. Swung on, hammered over to second. But Ozzie is right there. He'll toss it to Matty. 2 down. Two down. Alec Bohm. Step to the plate. Braves 1, Philly nothing. 2 down. The number 3 hitter, Alec Bohm, who's 0 for 1, takes the first pitch. Inside for a ball. It's 1-0. He's the only man to strike out so far for the Phillies. White Sox and Giants have just gotten started. 0-0. Justin Verlander Day, the 1-0. 96 up top. It's 1-1. One count. Hit your out-of-town scoreboard here in a second. Let you know what's going on in the world of baseball. The 1-1. Swing. Chops it towards short. Allen's got it. Fires a bullet, and that'll end the inning. So a very economical inning for Spencer Strider. 1, 2, 3. We'll grab the bats. Top of the order we go. Oh, baby, Braves country on a Sunday afternoon.
I went from happy to angry. Skip said,
Now I feel like kicking his ass.
Struggling in the World Series, 1966 Los Angeles Dodgers. In the 4 games that were played, they managed only 2 runs. They were shut out for the last 33 innings of the series. That is almost the equivalent of 3.5 games without a run. The Orioles scored more runs in the first inning of Game 1 than the Dodgers did the whole series. They batted 142 as a team and managed only 17 hits. They had only 4 extra base hits and 120 at-bats. Jim Lefever's home run in the top of the second inning of Game 1 was the only Dodgers run scored on a hit. The other one came from a walk the following inning. The World Series MVP, Frank Robinson, had more home runs and RBIs than the entire Dodgers team. The Orioles only used 4 pitchers in the series. 3 of the 4 pitchers never allowed a run in 24 innings of work.
Armchair.
We had to go up to Montreal, and we had to win 2 out of 3.
And in the opener of the Do or Die series, Schmidt made an immediate statement. In a tight game, the solo home run proved to be the difference.
And the Phillies have moved into first place by a game. Phillies win the ball game by a 2-1 score.
The next night was a back-and-forth affair, with the Phillies tying the game in the 9th, and then Schmidt coming to the plate in the top of the 11th.
Everything was just kind of like a burden on my shoulder. 76, 77, and 78 postseasons were awful. I couldn't go on with the same record that I had leading up to that.
Long drive, watch that baby! Home run! Mike Smith! Phillies lead 6-4! He buried it! He buried it!
It was the first time in my career where I felt like I had proved not only to myself, but to Philly fans that I could play the game and play it well under pressure.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way to Nick Allen is down, misses the zone, but called for a low strike by Willie Traynor. It's 0-1. The 0-1 up top misses, 1-1. Nick Allen batting .243. He's moved his batting average up a little bit in recent past couple of weeks. The 1-1 way outside wide, ball 2-1. You don't expect the moon and stars from Nick. You just want him to get on base. When he is on, he's a great base runner. The 2-1 misses high. Oh, jeez. Another blown call by Traynor. 2-2. He's calling him low, he's calling him high, but he's not calling him right. The 2-2, inside, full count. The payoff pitch, swing, fouls it away. Month of June, Nick Allen has batted .243, which is his batting average today. In the month of May, he was batting just .191. So you see a big difference. He was .294 in the month of April. But he wasn't getting in every day in the month of April. It wasn't until a little bit after that he got in every day. The 3-2, good at bat by Nick Allen. He'll walk and get it going. 1 on, nobody out. And here comes Ronald Acuna Jr.
Hitting? Not about muscle. Simple physics. Calculate the velocity V in relation to the trajectory T, in which G, gravity, of course, remains a constant. It's not complicated.
Good to see a couple late comers. I see as the first pitch to Acuna is popped up, can of corn. Well, there goes that excitement. 1 pitch, 1 out to Ronald, 1 away. Saw Mark come in the back door late and Bugs. Felt like Gary was already here, but maybe he wasn't. Lefty-lefty matchup now. First pitch on the way to Matt Olson is a sinker inside. It's 1-0. Olson singled his first time up. It was a corkscrew infield single that he just beat out after hitting his knee with a foul ball. It's the 1-0. Grabs the zone, about letter high over the plate, 1-1. Your out-of-town scoreboard looks like this. Is the 1-1. Fouls it straight back, 1-2. They're in the third inning in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Pirates lead it 6-0 over the Metropolitans. In Cleveland, Ohio, the same. Cardinals 6-0 over the Guardians. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Flailed at that, down around his ankles, 2 away. In the Bronx, the Yankees lead the Athletics 1-0. They're in Baltimore, Maryland today in the third inning, and Tampa Bay trails the Orioles 1-0. Fenway Park, Red Sox, Blue Jays tied at 2 in the fourth. Marcell Ozuna to the plate, struck out his first time up. He'll take a changeup off the edge for a strike. It's 0-1. They're in Cincinnati, Ohio, heading to the fourth inning, and it's scoreless with the Reds and Padres. Houston, Texas, Cubs 0, Astros the same, bottom of the first. The 0-1 takes a cutter inside. It's 0-2. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the Brewers are tied with the Rockies 0-0. The Rockies have runners on the corners with 2 outs. Dodgers and Royals are in a rain delay in Kansas City. The Giants trail the White Sox 1-0 in the bottom of the first on the south side. Later on today, you got the Mariners at the Rangers, Nationals at the Angels, Marlins at the D-backs, and tonight it's Twins-Tigers, Scooble Day. The 0-2, changeup misses off the plate, 1-2. 1-2 count. Suarez at 50 pitches. That's a little north of where he wants to be at. The Braves would like him have a few more pitches in this inning. The 1-2. Caught looking, strike 3. Another backwards K by Ozuna. I think it's time to have him take a seat as well, at least for a day, just to clear his head. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
So, apparently, a at-home DNA test kit is not an appropriate gift for a baby shower.
I was drafted number 1, power forward in college. Came to L.A. I was not arrogant. I wasn't overconfident, but I was like, I'm going to start. I'm just telling myself, building myself up. I walk in the gym, there's Kareem, Magic, Jamal, McAdoo, and then I see Kurt Rambis. I was just looking at it. I'm quicker. I'm faster. I can score. He had these glasses on with like duct tape, like keeping them together. He had all these apparatuses to keep his elbows from bending, and he smelled like Ben Gage. I got this spot. Within the first 10 minutes of practice, Kirk showed me what an NBA power forward was all about. I said, that. And I said, Jamal, you next.
It's currently day 2 of having a make-believe argument in my head with a stranger who was slightly rude to me yesterday, and I'm proud to say that I'm winning.
I don't believe there was ever a postseason more exciting than the Phillies and the Astros in 1980.
The big man who really has been struggling. Only 1 RBI in the series.
In the final game of that series, we are down 3 runs in the 8th inning. And a little rally started, and here I come up to the home plate, and they bring a guy named Ken Forsch.
The world is watching Mike Schmidt right now as Ken Forsch warms up.
And Ken Forsch threw me a couple of sliders.
Swing and miss, strike 1. Strike 2. Strike 3. What a pitch.
On a called third strike.
Please like and subscribe today. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Nick Castellanos is chopped up the middle. Right to Ozzie Albies. He'll grab it, flip it to first. 4-3 put out, 1 down. What makes these baseball broadcasters think that people want to see them chew and eat? never understood that. That's one of the most disgusting things you can see on TV, is someone gnarling on some kind of food. Guy's cramming it in his mouth. I believe he knows he's on the air, on the camera, because they usually tell you. Spencer Strider, 46 pitches in, 1 out in the fourth. First pitch swinging by Kepler. He lifts it high and deep into left field, but not deep enough. 2 pitches, 2 outs. We'll take it. We're 1 pitch away from what I like to call miraculous inning when you get 3-pitch inning. That would go a long way for him going deep into this game. Two up, 2 down. JT Realmuto will be the batter. Realmuto grounded out with the bases loaded his first time up in the first inning. Over to short. First pitch on the way, 94 up top. For a ball, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Up top for a strike, it's 1-1. Jason, an immaculate inning is 9 pitches, 3 strikeouts. Well, I call a miraculous inning is 3 pitches, 3 outs. The 1-1 right there on the outer edge. Didn't get the call. Another bad call by home plate umpire Willie Traynor. It's 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Down and away, 3-1. The 3-1. Turns and kicks. Swung on, banged over to short, and Allen has it, and that'll be a 6-3 putout. JT reached for one on the outer edge of the plate. He thought he was getting pay dirt, and he just bangs it over to short. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country, 1-0 Atlanta.
You know, my bank account be looking like people's going to be getting text messages for Christmas. And that is if my phone is still on.
Can I make you some tea? Yeah, sure. All right, we have green tea, detox, and chamomile. What did you call it? Chamomile. It's chamomile. Wait. I texted everyone. No!
And this is a tip that I learned from my high schoolers today. And someone said, that's unk status. And I said, unk status? Like, what is that? The class was like, like uncle. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, because, like, uncles are older. Okay, sure. I was like, well, what about me makes me an unk? And they said, the fact that you had to ask what unk is gives you unk status.
Hard to believe, isn't it? It is hard to believe. There are no words needed for that picture of Mike Schmidt.
As great a moment the home run in Montreal was, this was as bad a feeling on the other end as I could possibly have.
But he was the guy that got us there. Without Schmidt, we don't get there. And, at the time you try to say, hey, hang in there, man. Things are going to turn around.
Here is Unser now with 2 out and the tying run at third.
One of the biggest hits I ever got in my life. I didn't get it. Del Unser got it.
It's a base hit to right center, and we're tied at 5.
We end up tying the game that inning, and in extra innings, we ended up winning it.
Phillies win it.
So Del Unser got the biggest hit of my career.
I know I was some dead weight out there in that game today, Don. Some real dead weight, and that proves what kind of heart this team has.
It will be Philadelphia against Kansas City in the World Series starting Tuesday night.
Welcome back. Austin Riley's going to lead us off. Lefty-righty matchup. Start the bottom of the fourth inning. Your Atlanta Braves lead this one 1-0 off the Sean Murphy solo home run, if you missed it. First pitch is on the way and in the dirt. It's 1-0. Braves are 9 losses behind the Phillies in the standings, 8 behind the Mets. The 1-0. Down inside, 2-0. Two-0 count. Suarez, 53 pitches in. Comes set, turns and delivers. Inside, ball 3, 3-0. Braves 1, Phillies nothing. Riley flew out his first time up, the 3-0. Swing hits it up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. Hard hit worm burner in between full 4-6 hole in the Atlanta Braves. Got something going here to start the fourth.
You're my boy, Blue! Blue, you're my boy!
First pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies. He swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. Lefty-righty matchup. Ozzie switch hitting from the right side. Open stance. The 0-1. Swing, slices that, foul and out of play. It's 0-2. Ozzie grounded out his first time up, batting just .222 on the year now, and an OPS of .617. The 0-2 count. Turns and brings it. Chases it well out of the zone, four-seam fastball. We'll do it again, 0-2, fouling it back. Rubber match of a 3-game series. Philly won the first one going away Friday night after a long rain delay. Bryce Elder coughed up a 13-0 loss. Braves bounced back last night as the 0-2 hit towards right field, making the catch. Bit of a running catch by Castellanos. Almost overplayed it, one away. One down. We've seen some really bad defensive efforts out there by Castellanos this series, and he's known for that. He just normally plays outstanding defense when he sees the Braves logo for whatever reason. But as the first pitch on the way to Sean Murphy, who's 1 for 1 with the home run, is swung on at the cutter, grounds it into the third base dugout. It's 0-1. But that was a bit of a sticking point earlier this year. Their manager, Rob Thompson, benched him going into the late innings for a better defender, and he got really irate about it and got suspended for the next game. The 0-1, swing and a miss up top. It's 0-2. Memory serves correct, I think he eventually apologized, and that kind of cleared the air. But, man, when you're a bad defender, you can't be getting mad because they bench you because you're a bad defender. The 0-2, swing, just got a piece of it. Oh-2 count. Sean Murphy brings it outside wide. 1-2. Sean Murphy's home run earlier today, 451 feet. It's over 900 feet of home runs in the last 2 nights. The 1-2. Swing. Got around on it, popped it up. High into left field, but not very deep. Sitting underneath it is Kepler, 2 away. With the off day, I thought maybe they would try to bust up Schwellenbach, Elder, put a in between Schwellenbach and Spencer Strider, but it doesn't look like they're going to do that in the next series. First pitch on the way to Eli White's a cutter, jams him, dribbles it to third, and it's a 5-3 putout, and that'll end the inning. Braves get one on a leadoff single, but nothing doing after that. Atlanta leads it 1-0. We go to the top of the fifth.
There are women who willingly go with their man into Twin Peaks. I just passed it and saw 2 women with their man bebopping on in. Girl, if he tells you he is there for the food, I am a natural blonde.
The Irish goodbye, the most effective way to f*** off from somewhere you don't want to be.
We got an old boy down at home that runs for sheriff every term, and he never could get sheriff. He'd make a fine-looking sheriff if he could just get the vote. One time he's out electioning and went up to the door and he said, "Ma'am, I'm Ross Garrett. I'm running for sheriff." She said, "Hold it right there, Ross." Said, "I've known you ever since you was a little boy." Said, "I wouldn't vote for you if you was the last living male human being in Weakley County." Said, "You run with the wild women, you drink whiskey, and you play with playing cards. You so sorry if you was to fall over dead in the front yard, the buzzards wouldn't stop to eat you." That old Ross put his hat back on and went to the truck. And he got his little tablet out and went down there beside her name, and he wrote "doubtful."
Mike went into that World Series feeling the weight of what had just happened.
Schmidt looked to me like he was carrying all the pressure in the world in those playoff games. I think he was really frustrated. The Astros pitched him very well.
Wondering how Philadelphia was going to perceive him.
He has been booed in this town during the course of this year, but not at World Series time, at least not yet.
There's so much pressure he put on himself always, but especially in that World Series.
It was a burden to have not had any success in the postseason.
Two teams who have never won a World Series square off in baseball's October showcase.
Spencer Strider goes back to work. First pitch on the way is a 94 fastball. Hits it high in the zone. It's 0-1. Strider, good low pitch count so far, only 1 strikeout. But he starts the inning here. He now is about to throw his 54th, the 0-1. Changeup misses down and away, 1-1. Bryson Stott grounded out his first time up. The infield is playing back and to the right. The 1-1. Way outside wide, 95-mile-an-hour fastball, 2-1. 2-1 count. The 2-1 swing and a miss slider, 2-2. Stott takes his timeout, steps out of the box. Swing, chops it up the middle, and that's going to be a leadoff single for the Philadelphia Phillies. Hard hit chopper through the hole. Strider late getting his glove down. When it jumped over the bump, Nick Allen had no chance. That ball was scalded off the bat. Only player had a chance at that one was the pitcher. So 1 on, nobody out, and Kemp hammers it down the left field line. That's going to get down for a base hit. That ball is trouble. Stott digging for third. Here comes the throw from Stuart Fairchild. And he'll score, and it is an RBI double, and the Philadelphia Phillies have tied this up 1-1. Couple of hard hit balls to start the inning. And Spencer Strider's got to get back to the drawing board. That was a hanger inside, cement mixer, and Kemp was able to keep it fair. That was the only question I had when he swung the bat, is if that ball was going to stay fair. He kept it plenty fair. Stott with good speed run scores from first to third. First to home, excuse me. And the number 9 hitter, Brandon Marsh, who has owned Strider in his career, drops a bunt. Strider fires it to first, and it's a 1-3 put out, one away. Phillies now with the go-ahead run just 90 feet away. In the top of the order, Trey Turner coming to the plate. Braves infield will draw in, trying to keep the run off the board. That's a dangerous way to start to get some crooked runs going here. I understand the philosophy. Strider's going to have to be careful here because Turner is about as good as anybody at the plate. First pitch on the way, swing, lifts it, and that'll get the lead. Deep fly ball to center field. Eli's going to throw it home, but he really shouldn't. Here comes the throw. Philly takes the 2-1 lead. So just like that, the Phillies have grabbed the lead. That did not take long at all. There are 2 outs now. That's the good news of this inning. First pitch from Strider in the dirt. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Righty lefty kicks and fires. 96 misses high. 2-0. 2-0 count. Kyle Schwarber, who singled in the first, 25 home runs on the year, brings it in the dirt, 3-0. Might as well just put Schwarber on. No reason to diddle around here because we're playing with fire. Bohm stands on deck. Strider, 63 pitches in, brings it nowhere near the zone, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first and Bohm the batter. Murphy's going to come out there and talk to Strider if nobody else will. Calm him down a little bit. Crickets from the dugout. Alec Bohm, who's 0 for 2 with the strikeout, now comes to the plate. Braves trail now 2-1. Top of the 5th. The first pitch from Strider. Fastball. Looked like it might have hit the top of the zone, but he didn't get the call. It's 1-0. 1-0. Set up outside wide. Pitch on the way. 94. Runner goes. Murphy tried to tell him to go back to first and offer it because he was running, but Strider ignored it, and it's now 2-0. I mean, he just took off jogging down towards first. The next thing you know, he's just standing at second. The 2-0 count. Swing. Chops it foul. 2-1. And you let Kyle Schwarber steal it on you. That's a little ridiculous. He started running. He was halfway to first base, halfway to second base from first before Strider ever let go of the ball. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Braves trail 2-1. Another run sitting in scoring position with 2 outs. Anything that gets down would score Schwarber. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Big strikeout. The only guy who's been able to strike out all day. We'll be back in a flash. Fairchild and Allen lead us off when we return.
If you Snapchat a picture of your thing to your boy, and he screenshots it, who's gay?
Sir, for the love of God, please stop commenting to this drive-thru.
Every time I get one of you fetuses' comments that's like, she really looks her age, you look my age. You're supposed to be squeezing pus out of zits right now. You're squeezing filler into your lips. It looks ridiculous.
I'm gonna my pants, but that's okay.
No, actually, that's not okay. There's not a world that exists where that would be okay.
Well, in this world, it does exist. This is real. You gotta embrace it, because I'm not getting out of this vehicle.
You don't a car.
All men are forced to make difficult decisions. This is mine. We're too close. Oh, there she was.
Jesus Christ! Are you serious?
To be fair, this is like my beach in Norman.
No, it's not. This isn't heroic. This is bad stomach management.
Kansas City Royals were supposedly the best team in baseball that year. George Brett had a fantastic year, an MVP year. The series was built up a little bit about Brett and myself.
I didn't like him. I really didn't like him at all. Hearing a lot about him in the National League as a third baseman, I was American League third baseman, and you play against him in the All-Star games, and I wanted to outdo him. I wanted to be better than him, and he upped me almost every game.
It's popped up. Mike Schmidt taking charge in foul territory. Out. Mike Schmidt has it big.
He made some great plays in the World Series against us. He looked very calm and collective out there.
Schmidt needed that 80 World Series, especially after failing big time in the NLCS, that he needed to bounce back.
There's a pitch drilled high, base hit by Mike Schmidt on a 2-2 pitch. Is Mike Schmidt finally coming alive?
Welcome back. First pitch on the way, down and in to Stuart Fairchild. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Fairchild grounded out his first time up after drawing a full count from Suarez. The 1-0. Swing, pops it back foul, 1-1. One count. Curveball. Off the plate, but given the call anyways, 1-2. I think that slow bender just lulled him to sleep to give him the strike. But that pitch was 3 inches off the plate. The 1-2 from Suarez. They set up outside again. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Changeup got him. They cannot get to the ABS system here quick enough to Major League Baseball. They keep saying that there was a meeting held by the... As the first pitch on the way to Nick Allen is dribbled over to short. That'll be an easy 6-3 putout. 2 down. 1 pitch, 1 out. Bat by Nick Allen. They keep saying that there was a meeting with the home plate umpires to tell them to call a tighter zone, with the anticipation of the ABS system coming, but I haven't seen it. There's been some wildly bad umpiring behind home plate this year. They won't start it till next season at the earliest, as the first pitch on the way is a cutter, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Ronald Acuna Jr. 0 for 2 on the day. The 0-1. Changeup misses, 1-1. One count. Kicks and fires. Swing. Lifts it into left center field. And that'll get down for a base hit. Ronald Acuna Jr. finally gets aboard here today. But there are 2 outs. And it'll go up to Matt Olson. See if he can get him home.
Bravo.
Not a hard hit ball, but he keeps the line moving. Kind of a jam shot. First pitch on the way to Olson is a changeup. Down and away off the plate. It's 1-0. Braves trail 2-1. Both runs scored by the Phillies were in the 5th inning. Braves trying to answer back. Olson 1 for 2 with a single in the first. An infield single. The 1-0. Swing. Slices it foul out of play. 1-1. One count. Pittsburgh still leads the Mets 6-0 in the 5th. 1-1. High and inside. 2-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Acuna over at first. And the infield back into the right. The 2-1. 89-mile-an-hour sinker right down the pipe. 2-2. Mets have finally gotten on the board. Torrens, I believe, was the man that hit the home run. It's 6-1 Pittsburgh. The 2-2 count. Suarez. Swing! Slices it back foul. Sinker in off the edge. Suarez at 78 pitches. He's really changed, gotten a couple of quick outs to really lower his pitch count. He's going to flip it over very gently over to first. It's kind of a show-me pickoff move, not really any intention of getting him. Deuce is wild, a 2-2 count, 2 outs. Olsen, swing and a miss, strike 3. Change up on the inner edge, and that'll end the inning. Braves come up snake eyes once again. We'll be back in a flash, trailing by 1, heading to the top of the 6th.
That's not your job.
Well, my job is to ask
why.
why.
A job, or I'll get somebody else to ask these questions, man.
Jerry, we're trying to figure out why the team is.
I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. You're not going to figure out what the team is doing right or wrong. If you are, or any 5 or 10 like you, you need to come to this meeting I'm going to today. There are 32 teams here. You're geniuses.
Jerry,
okay? Y'all really think you're going to sit here with a microphone and tell me all of the things that I've done wrong and without going over the rights? This is not your job.
I am extremely proud of St. Patrick's Day. I feel like it's a really good way for the world to let off a little bit of racist steam. It's a nice, playful sort of racism where you get to choose a particularly jolly set of white people, emulate their substance abuse, and you get to dress up as a ginger as well. It's good, clean fun, and it's much better than having, say, an India Day. Instead of putting green dye into the water fountain outside the White House, you'd have to fill it with curry powder. But don't just drink. Enjoy the other parts of our culture. Have a Tayto sandwich. Have a go at one of your English friends for something that happened 200 years ago.
I was in a bit of a flow, bit of a hot streak, so I was feeling pretty good.
Schmidt reached base 3 times in the Phillies' Game 1 win. Then in Game 2, he came to the plate in the bottom of the 8th with the score tied and one of the best closers in baseball on the mound.
There is Quisenberry. You talk about impressive. Just look at that last statistic.
Dan Quisenberry was our closer, Rollade's relief pitcher of the year for years. Right-handers just had trouble with him. And Mike was very analytical, very smart. It looked like he made up his mind. I'm not going to try to pull him. I'm just going to try to hit it up the middle.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way is scalded over the head of Stuart Fairchild. It's going to be a leadoff double for the Phillies. They're really starting to get to Spencer Strider. He's only 70 pitches in, but he is leaving them in and up over the plate. That was a hanging slider about just above the belt, and he's lucky he got that one back. Max Kepler will be the batter. Runner at second, scoring position. Nobody out, first pitch. 95, misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Castellanos' 22nd double of the season, the 1-0. 94 inside, 2-0. Kepler walked in the first. He's 0 for 1 on the day. 9 home runs, batting .208 with a .677 OPS. The 2-0, 3-0. That pitcher's well in the dirt. And they may not want to admit it, but Strider's hitting the wall here. He's only at 73 pitches, but he looks cooked out there. The 3-0 just gets a slider at the bottom of the zone, 3-1. Doesn't look like they have anybody working in the bullpen. You got a day off tomorrow. You can be aggressive in this game with your bullpen. The 3-1 from Strider. Swing. Fouls it down the first base line. Just foul. Just foul. The payoff pitch brings it. Nowhere near the zone, ball 4. So first and second, nobody out. And JT Realmuto will come to the plate. Strider once again only at 2 strikeouts. I think that's the biggest red flag. When Strider's pitching well, he's getting strikeouts. He doesn't have to strike out a dozen, but you got to get a few strikeouts in there. If not, ball's being put in play, and it's hard as he throws the ball. When the ball's put in play, it comes off the bat pretty fast. First pitch to Realmuto, swing and a miss, 96 up top. It's 0-1. Haven't seen a big dip in velocity today. He's been more of the 96, 97 range, but that's not terribly low. The 0-1. Swing, bangs it over to short. 6-4-3 double play. Just what the doctor ordered. 2 down. Castellanos does go to second base. Or third base, excuse me, from second. Allen thought about going to third, but he got the easy double play instead. If he goes to third, you're not going to get Realmuto. He runs way too fast. So though it's tempting to get that lead runner out, probably made the right play. First pitch on the way to Stott is down and in. It's 1-0. 1-0. .96. Right there on the outer edge, 2-0. Didn't get the call. That ball did hit the zone. Stott 1 for 2. Single in the 5th. Good numbers against Strider. The 2-0. 95 just kisses the black, 2-1. On deck is Kemp. He doubled down the line his last time up to drive in the first run for the Phillies. The 2-1 pitch. Swing! Pops it back foul, 2-2. So Strider a strike away from getting out of this mess. 82 pitches in. By the way, Pittsburgh has just answered the call and gotten their own solo shot at 7-1. Pittsburgh, bottom 5. Aaron Bummer is warming up in the pen. The 2-2. Strider brings it. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. First time he struck out someone not named Alec Bohm. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Hey, friend, I just want to tell you, I want you to change everything. And
All right, this is what it's like dating someone who is a diehard fan of a really bad sports team. Like, my bad team is the Jets, okay? Every week the Jets come on, and my girlfriend during that time is like, do you want to watch a movie? Do you want to watch a show? And I'm like, I can't watch a movie or a show. The Jets are on. And she's like, I thought you hated the Jets. I hate the Jets. And she's just like, well, then why do you watch them? Because I have to. I have to. And then she's just like, yeah, but I hear you just complain about them all week, about how much they suck and how miserable they make you and how everybody's stupid and how much you hate them and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, listen, everything you're saying is logical. You're beautiful. You're smart. I love you. Give me the remote.
We won the second game.
Mike Schmidt has been hurt from. That may take a lot of pressure off of his shoulders.
And I was right in the thick of it there, and felt great to contribute in the postseason.
Well, it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling to have. It's a real feeling of confidence.
We won the first 2 games in Philly, and Kansas City won the first 2 games in Kansas City. And then it was a 2-2 in the 5th game in Kansas City.
Schmidt with a home run earlier in the 4th inning for the 2 Philly runs.
We're winning by 1 run in the 5th game. He's leading off. And our manager, Jim Fry, says, hey, he tried to bunt earlier. Don't let him bunt.
Bunts it down to third base line, foul. How do you like that? And Brett flips the ball up as if to say, what in the world is going on?
Sure enough, I played in a little bit, and he hits a rocket.
Hot smash, Brett knocks it down. It's a base hit for Mike Schmidt. Tying run is on.
And the threat of Mike Schmidt bunting kept George Brett in tight at third base, even with a bag.
Next thing you know, they scored 2 runs and beat us.
And now the Phillies head back to Philadelphia, leading in this series.
First pitch on the way to Marcell Ozuna is inside for a ball. Lefty-righty matchup. It's 1-0. Ranger Suarez back to work. The 1-0. Swing, fouls it back. 1-1. Braves trail 2-1. Still a long way to go in this one. First things first, you like to knock Suarez out of the game. He's at 81 pitches. He's gotten his pitch count down. The Braves aided him the last couple innings with some quick outs. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Cutter up top, 1-2. One-two count. Marcell Ozuna, 2 strikeouts on the day. 6 all day for Suarez. The 1-2. Caught looking. No, they're going to give him the ball on that one. He's been calling that so far inside all day long. I thought he'd ring him up again. It's definitely too close to take. We got the call on that one, the 2-2 to the zoo. That one's caught looking, strike 3. Is not swinging the bat. Taking it right down the throat. 7th punchy of the day for Suarez. 1 away. The only thing that makes sense on why Ozuna's having so many backwards Ks this year is the first pitch on the way is a curveball up top to Riley. It's 0-1. Maybe it's because of his injury, but he's guessing. He's guessing at the plate, and he's guessing wrong. The 0-1. Swing, pops it up. Can of corn. Foul territory, but JT Real Muto gives chase. It will just bounce foul, thankfully. 0-2. But there's no other reason for it because he's never done this before, and he's got to be guessing because he's trying to get ahead on a pitch. And he's guessing wrong. It's okay to guess at the beginning of the count, but once you get to 2 strikes, you've got to protect the plate, and he's not doing it. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 8 punch-outs. Ranger Suarez, he is cruising through this Braves lineup. 2 down. He's only at 87 pitches, so we'll see him for the 7th if the Braves can't mount a rally here. And Ozzie Albies will be your batter. First pitch swinging by Ozzie. A little bit off the plate. It's 0-1. Pittsburgh has scored another run. It's 8-1 Pirates over the Mets. The 0-1 in the dirt, 1-1. White Sox and Giants are tied at 1 in Chicago. One count. Swing, dribbles it over to short. 6-3 putout. That'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3. The Braves go down in order. We'll be back in a flash. Top of the 7th. Nothing doing. Trailing 2-1.
Hey, do y'all ever find yourselves having to rewind a TV show because you wasn't paying attention? Then when you play it back, you wind up not paying attention again?
I am not cutesy. I am not demure. I'm an unhinged feral raccoon right now. Thank you.
Let me ask you this. Why was RC Cola invented? The same reason a lot of things are invented. Spite. See, in the early 1900s, a pharmacist in Columbus, Georgia, named Claude Hatcher, was noticing that the soda fountain at his pharmacy was going through a lot of Coca-Cola syrup. You see, back then, pharmacies and other soda fountains would pump syrup into a glass, and they would put seltzer water on it and mix it, and you would get a fresh mix. He was going through so much syrup that he went to his distributor, a man named Columbus Roberts, and said, "Hey, I'm buying so much of this in bulk, can I have some kind of discount?" Well, Roberts said no, so Hatcher said, "Fine, I'll make my own syrup." And he did. He started with a ginger ale, and then eventually made a strawberry, a root beer, a Chero Cola, and then eventually the RC Cola that we know today.
Hey, after we won that game in Kansas City to go 3-2, I respect baseball, but we're coming home. We got 55,000 people. There's no way we're losing this game.
They need just this one victory in game number 6 to become the world's champions.
I remember seeing my dad's office the morning of the 6th game of the 80 World Series, and I said, "Dad, wouldn't it be great to go to the game?" And he got 2 tickets, back row of the 648 section in the vet, but we went to that game, and that was one of the great, father-son memories I have in my life.
And there are nobody out. Bases are loaded, and Mike Schmidt, their big man in the batter's box.
I think the ebbs and flows of Mike's career got him to that point in the World Series where he finally said, "Hey, you know what? Forget everything else. We're in the World Series."
Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
This is a reminder.
Welcome back. Braves trail 2-1. Spencer Strider back out there for inning number 7. Kemp will lead us off. The first pitch on the way. Swing, pops it up. High in the left field, but should be an easy play for Fairchild. It is. 1 down. One away, and we're at the bottom of the order. Brandon Marsh, the batter. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch, 97. Paints the inner cut. It's 0-1. Strider, 86th pitch of the afternoon. Brings it. 97 misses high. 1-1. 1-1 count. You wonder if they get it that far, would Strider face Schwarber? My guess is that's what Bummer was warming up for. The 1-1. Check swing foul, 1-2. The 1-2 from Strider. Inside, down and in, 2-2. Almost got him in the foot. The 2-2 from Strider. March. Brandon Marsh takes a step out of the box, digs back in. Brings it. Swing, pops it up. Can of corn. Middle of the infield. Making the catch is the shortstop, Nick Allen. 2 down. Trey Turner, the batter, with 2 outs. Pitch on the way. Curveball in the dirt. It's 1-0. Braves still with 3 at-bats left. And as the 1-0, swing, chops it foul, 1-1. I would think that they're going to send Suarez back out there for the 7th inning. He's at 90 pitches, and it is a hot day, but he's been cruising. We would welcome a new pitcher. The 1-1, chops it foul, 1-2. Ranger Suarez has always pitched well against the Braves. Another gem today. The only mistake he made was the home run to Sean Murphy. Other than that, he's got 8 strikeouts, 4 hits, and 1 walk, 1 run. The 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. Strider has pitched a solid game. He had the 1 bad inning. You normally expect a bigger strikeout mark. It's now Dylan Dodd warming up in the bullpen. The 2-2. Down and away, full count. So this may be Spencer Strider's last pitch. He's at 94, about to be 95, and Schwarber's on deck. I can't imagine they're going to let Strider face Schwarber. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Let's get them some runs, Braves country. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Get up and stretch.
All right. I can't see you. Let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. We out to the ball game. We out to the night. Find me something up.
Welcome back. Sean Murphy leads us off against Ranger Suarez, so he will go out there to at least start the 7th inning. Lefty-righty matchup, first pitch on the way, swing, dribbles it over to first, and first baseman Kemp will step on the bag, and just like that, 1 pitch, 1 out, and Murphy will sit his can on the bench.
This sucks, and it's horse but I'm too polite to say anything because I'm a class act.
All right, that'll bring up Eli White to the plate. See if he can get something going here. Lefty-righty matchup. Suarez gets a new ball. Ranger Suarez just at 91 pitches. First pitch on the way to Eli is down and in. Cutter. It's 1-0. They continue to not emphasize working the counts. That's how these pitchers get deep into the games against the Braves. The 1-0. Pops it up. Another 2-pitch out. He gone. F6 in your scorecard, 2 away. Hell, he might pitch 9 at this rate. They keep swinging at the first pitch. First or second pitch. And that'll bring Stuart Fairchild to the plate. He's thrown 3 pitches here in the 7th when you're really trying to get him out of the game. That's bad management. First pitch swinging. Missed that one. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Suarez steps off the bump for a second. Kicks and fires. Curveball in the dirt, 1-1. 1-1 count. You'd like to at least clear the number 9 hitter in this inning, so when you go to the 8th, you'd have the top of the order due up. The 1-1. Swing, pops it up. That's not going to happen. Lazy fly ball into right field. Easy catch for Ivan Castellanos, and that'll end the inning. Braves go down 1-2-3. It only took 5 pitches. We'll be back in a flash.
Hey, babe.
What?
You want to put your ranch in my hidden valley?
That ain't no hidden valley. It's a damn canyon you got down there.
Couch.
I was just kidding.
Working with the Braves for the last couple of years, it's very frustrating. I can't stand giving away outs. I can't stand strikeouts. I can't deal with guy on third, less than 2 outs, not hitting a ground ball to shortstop or second base to get that run in. I can't stand every once in a while not laying down a bunt for your best hitters. All these things that really help you accumulate numbers, they don't care, 100 RBIs, so what? I mean, I want to hit 40 dingers. And, this is truly a chicks dig the long ball kind of era. I think having worked with Alex Anthopoulos, they want slug and they want guys who get on base at a high clip, but they don't promote enough, I think, the getting on base part. In order to score runs, you got to get those guys on base.
Base hit, right field. Here comes 1 run in. Smith is going to score, and it's a 2-0 ball game.
Jumping out to a lead in the 6th game of the World Series really relaxed us.
He's had a big series thus far. Look at that reaction.
He was allowed to let his hair down and show some emotion. And I think the fans in Philadelphia, they finally went, wow, this guy, he is down-to-earth type of guy. He shows emotion.
The fans in this ballpark are beginning to smell their first World Championship.
And that was kind of the defining point in Mike Schmidt's career. After struggling, after having these ups and downs, finally lived up to all the hype.
The 1-2 pitch, fastball, got it, swing. The Philadelphia Phillies are the champions of the world.
Welcome back. First pitch swinging by Schwarber from Dylan Lee, and it's going to get sliced into the outfield for a leadoff single, base hit. Dylan Lee on to try to spell the 8th. Lee has been the Braves' closer. They're just trying to keep the game tight here. At the top of the order, due up in the 8th for the Braves. First pitch on the way is swung on and chopped back foul. It's on 1. Suarez has 96 pitches. We'll see if I'd say he's probably done just by the looks on his face. He looks like a pitcher who's done for the day. But it wouldn't shock me as Lee flips it over there to first. If they do run him back out there one more time, just to face Nick Allen, because if not, if they put a right-hander in, I think Drake Baldwin would lead us off. The 0-1 slammed high and deep into left field, making a leap at the wall and not making the catch is Fairchild. Here comes the throw into the infield, and it is going to be a double for Bohm, and the Phillies have runners on second and third and nobody out. Fairchild just misplayed his jump. It's a hard hit ball. Almost left the yard, got to the top of the wall. Fairchild trying to time his leap, and he just missed it. So the infield now comes in because the Braves have zero faith in their offense. The first pitch on the way is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. Castellanos, the batter. Dylan Lee's now got to find a way to get 2 outs without advancing the runners. The 0-1. Swing. Hammers it down the left field line, but it'll go foul. 0-2. On deck is the left-handed hitter Kepler. They'll probably pinch hit, though. (0-2) count. Lefty righty. Lee kicks and deals. Change up nowhere near the plate. 1-2 trying to get him to chase. Pirates lead the Mets 8-1, and they're in 6th. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 95 miles an hour, top shelf. One away. Big strike out there for Lee, though he's not out of the woods yet. Max Kepler is due up. Looks like they're going to let him bat. Okay. I thought they'd go to one of the right-handed options on the bench. First pitch on the way. Swing, pops it up. High, shallow, into left field. Stuart Fairchild has it. He'll fire it in the infield. No way that Schwarber's going to come home on that one. 2 down. The throw comes home. Good throw by Fairchild. He'd have been out by about a week and a half. So now we're just 1 out away from getting out of this mess, and that could pump some life into this Braves team. It'll be interesting to see where they go in the bullpen. It's going to be JT Real Muto. Bryson Stott is on deck. I almost wonder if you should put Real Muto on to face the left-hander. First pitch on the way is a slider down and in. It's 1-0. They may just pitch around him and see if he chases, and if he doesn't, go ahead and put him on. The infield is now back with Real Muto and 2 outs. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Slider. 1-1. 1-1 count. Infield back and to the left. Olsen's by his lonesome over there on the right-hand side. The 1-1. Down and in, 2-1. 2-1 count. Braves trail by 1. The top of the order will be due up in the 8th inning, the 2-1. Swing rips it down the left field line, but plenty foul. Well out in front of that one. 2-2. Deuces wild, top of the 8th. It's a 2-1 game, 2 on, 2 out. The 2-2 count. Lee brings it. Swing, dribbles it over to short. Allen's got it. Fires it over to first. Low throw, but a good stab by Olsen, and that'll end the inning. Great job of Dylan Lee getting out of that jam. Let's go get some runs, Braves country. This is getting ridiculous.
If your broad tells you the dishwasher's broken, tell her she looks fine. Be a man.
There is alcohol in the house and pot growing in the backyard.
I'm a single father trying to raise my son the best way I can.
Things would be better if I had a mommy.
Spend the night. It'll be good for the boy.
I get frustrated when I hear guys say, you know me, I'm from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And you're like,
I don't play that.
I don't play that from Brooklyn. And you're like, I've been to Brooklyn. They've like artesian ice cream. It's not what you think it is. Like everyone's in skinny pants and skinny boots.
Yeah,
and
like, not that part of Brooklyn.
Not that part of real Brooklyn. I grew up in Brooklyn.
He deserved it. He's so great for so long. It's just really happy for him.
You know, Mike, you could just see it was almost like a sort of a weight was sort of lifted, like we did it.
Whew. It turned out to be one of the great things in Philadelphia sports history, if not the greatest. And for me to be in the middle of it and winning the MVP of the World Series, I guess that's the pinnacle of my career, being on a world champion, having that ring.
He performed under pressure. He won the championship. He saw the parade. He saw the fans cheering him. He saw how much they loved him.
It was so much fun to look out from that parade and see all these faces. These were the fans that, that rooted for us, and probably a lot of them the fans that had booed us and me. It was more of a jumping from the whole negative vibe of Philly into a more passionate relationship.
I think that as much as anything else calmed him a little bit. Like it didn't take away those moments where he still struggled, but I think being on that float and winning that championship, I think it did wonders for Mike.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio. Please like and subscribe today, youtube.com/@BravesCountry. Welcome back. Orion Kirkering will grab the ball, so Ranger Suarez is thankfully out of the game. I'll take anybody over Ranger Suarez. Suarez, 7 innings, 8 Ks, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk. He's in line for the win if Philly holds on to this lead, but Drake Baldwin is coming to the plate.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah!
Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way is a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Right there at the knees, it's 0-1. Drake Baldwin, 1 swing away from tying this. The 0-1. 97 misses high. 1-1. 1-1 count. Pitch on the way. Swing, chops it off his instep, 1-2. Philadelphia 2, Atlanta 1, bottom of the 8th. Infield back and to the right. Standing on deck is Ron Acuna Jr. The 1-2 to the Drake. Inside 2-2, 97-mile-an-hour fastball. 2-2 count. Rubber match of the series. The pitch on the way. Down below the knees. Oh, they called that a strike. Drake Baldwin's calling him out for it. He's shaking his head. That pitch was below the zone. Nothing from Snicker. Just sits there and takes it. That pitch was 2 to 3 inches below the zone. Bad call. In a terrible spot by Willie Traynor, and he put on a show for it. First pitch to Acuna is a sweeper at the knees. It's 0-1. I mean, if that doesn't make you come out of the dugout and blow up, what the hell's going to? The 0-1, swing and a miss, 97, 0-2. On deck is Matt Olson. Acuna got a base hit today, stopping his mini skid. He's batting .364 now. He's lost about 35 points off his batting average this week. The 0-2, outside wide, get him to chase. Did not take it. 1-2. One-two count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Blew it right by him. He was well off of that one. That pitch was out of the zone. He chased it, and he was trying to pull it. Even if he makes contact with that, that's going to be a pop-up. Matt Olson, the batter. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way is a sweeper. Down and in, 1-0. One-0. Kicks and fires. Outside wide, 2-0. You do wonder if Kerkering may pitch around Olson, not wanting to give him something with Ozuna and his struggle standing on deck. The 2-0. Snaps a sweeper there on the outer edge, 2-1. Two-one count. Swing. That ball's rifled up the middle. Threw for a base hit. Hard hit ball by the Ice House. And we've got
This
runner at
is
first
not
and 2 out.
This is Ice House.
Ice House.
Smooth as it gets.
That almost took Kerkering's head off as it flew by. That'll bring Ozuna to the plate. Ozuna 0 for 3. First pitch. Sweeper right there on the inner cut. It's 0-1. Marcell Ozuna struck out all 3 times. 2 of them looking. His batting average has plummeted to .248. The 0-1. High and inside. 1-1. Austin Riley stands on deck. Braves got a little bit of a chant going there in the crowd, a little bit of a chop. 1-1. 97, right down the pipe, 1-2. Is he going to swing the bat this time with 2 strikes? That's the big question. He's been paralyzed with strikes in the zone with 2 strikes this season. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Lisi went down swinging. We'll head to the 9th inning, trailing by just 1 run.
Hey, y'all know them trucks that go. I want one like that.
Do you know them? No. But in the club, we all fam. What? In the club, we all fam. In the club, we are all family. Are you racist?
These stats and facts are so crazy they will make you spit out your drink. If you're making an all-star team and you want to win, you best put Steve Garvey on that team. Over his career, he appeared in 10 all-star games, and the National League won every single one of them. It didn't matter who you put on the mound. Ricky could hit. While playing for the Yankees in 1987, he had home runs in consecutive innings, one off of Phil Niekro and the other one off of Steve Carlton. That's the first time in history a player hit home runs off of two 300-game winners in the same game. Holy rainout. Over a span of 4 consecutive days from May 14th to May 17th in 1945, every scheduled game in the American League was rained out. The first and only time that has ever occurred. The human vacuum cleaner, Brooks Robinson, was known for his defense. But did you know defense against him is the reason for one of his records, hitting into the most triple plays? Rube Waddell, dominant pitcher, interesting human, had the unique distinction of being born on Friday the 13th in 1876, and his death occurred on April Fool's Day in 1914. Nolan Ryan pitched long enough in the majors to strike out 7 different father and son combinations. Harvey Haddix once threw 12 perfect innings in a game against the Braves, and still managed to lose the game. Joe Sewell only struck out 3 times during the entire 1930 season, or the equivalent of 353 at-bats. 2 of those strikeouts occurred in the same game. Cy Young has an MLB record 749 complete games. No active pitcher has even 749 starts. Babe Ruth has the same amount of career shutouts as Pedro Martinez. Don Mattingly hit 6 grand slams in his career. All 6 of them happened during the 1987 season.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way from Raisel Iglesias, a slider right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Luke Williams in to play shortstop after the pinch hit. The Baldwin for Allen. The 0-1 misses outside wide, 1-1. Thank you for the contribution, Peta. Missed that earlier. You snuck it in just as we were going to break it right before the game. The 1-1. Chopped it down the line. Showed bunt on that. It's 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Swing, pops it up. High into left field. Should be an easy play for Fairchild. It is. 1 away. Braves in the bottom of the 9th inning will have Austin Riley, Ozzie Albies, Sean Murphy, and then either Eli White, or if it's a righty on the mound, they'll probably go to Verdugo. Looks like they're going to go with the lefty, Strom. He's warming up in the pen. 96-mile-an-hour sinker right there on the edge to Kemp. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, chops it foul. 0-2. The only 2 runs the Phillies scraped out all came in the 5th inning. It's an inning where Spencer Strider kind of unraveled a little bit, but you got to expect to have better run support than this. Braves' only run was a solo home run by Sean Murphy way back in the 2nd inning. 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Phillies. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for the Braves. The 1-2. As the 0-2 misses. One-two pitch. Strike 3. Rang him up. 2 down. He said he went around. He just couldn't hold off. That pitch dove in on him. It was almost like a defensive swing. One of those ones you're not even thinking. The ball comes in on you and you just kind of swack it so it doesn't get you. Brandon Marsh, the batter. First pitch on the way is a slider down and in. It's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swing, fouls it off. 1-1. Braves next. We'll have the 3-game series starting on Tuesday. versus the Angels and then Baltimore at home. That's a week you would think that you could, if you're ever going to put it together, that's the week. The 1-1 swing, lifts it high into left field, drifting back on the warning track, making the catch as Fairchild, and that'll end the inning. We head to the bottom of the ninth. One last chance. The Braves will have the middle of the order due up when we return.
I woke up this morning filled with rage. My 3-year-old decided that she didn't want to wake me up this morning and went up and got herself a yogurt out of the refrigerator. Right now you're probably thinking to yourself, but she's displaying self-sufficiency and wants to be independent. What's the problem with that? I'll tell you what the problem is. She couldn't open it, and her only solution was to act like a monkey and start banging it against the wall until yogurt erupted all over the place. Then she turned that messy situation into an artistic opportunity, and that's when I walked in. By this point, I was prairie dogging my early morning poop, and it's no surprise that when I walked in, I my pants when I saw a Yo Play Van Gogh displayed all over my wall. A fresh pair of pants, a whole roll of paper towels, and a huge chunk of my sanity later, I go to my room to decompress. A few minutes go by and I'm feeling better. I'm feeling good. So I walk into the living room so I can give her a hug, and the little had another yogurt.
June 1st, James Lawrence immortalized himself in U.S. Navy history in 1813 with the words, "Don't give up the ship." Lawrence was an unruly youth growing up in New Jersey when he joined the Navy at 17. He quickly saw action against the Barbary pirates, and by the War of 1812 commanded the USS Hornet to victory over the HMS Peacock. He was promoted to captain and given one of the storied original 6 frigates of the Navy, the USS Chesapeake. For the first year of the war, the U.S. had won all 5 major naval engagements against the British. Veteran British Captain Broke was looking to halt the winning streak when he sailed HMS Shannon and her experienced crew right into the mouth of Boston Harbor, daring Lawrence to come out and, quote, "try the fortunes of our respective flags." Considering the Chesapeake's crew was raw and untrained, Lawrence should have said no. He didn't. Mortally wounded at the outset, Lawrence gave the famous order, and the Chesapeake fought until every U.S. officer was killed or wounded. The battle lasted only 10 minutes, but the Navy had a new motto. 3 months later, Oliver Hazard Perry would have "Don't Give Up the Ship" stitched to his flag as he won the all-important Battle of Lake Erie.
Welcome back. Austin Riley, your batter. Bottom of the ninth we go. Trailing by 1, and it will be Matt Strom on, the left-hander. Southpaw comes set, first pitch. Swing and a miss. It's on 1. The good news of this day is that the Pirates are putting a pounding on the Mets. They're going to sweep the Mets. They're up 10-1 going towards the 8th inning in that one. The 0-1, outside wide, 1-1. But you'd love to pair that up with the series win here. What a difference 2 runs would make here. Braves are about to hit a 12-game stretch where they could really put a dent into their record as the 1-1 pops it up. Lazy fly ball into center field, 1 away. You get the Angels and the Orioles at home. Then you go to the A's, who are playing bad baseball, and you got to finish it off at St. Louis, but it's a series you could win. Then you go to the All-Star break. You really need that momentum because it is a tough road when we first come out of the break. We got the Yankees, the Giants, the Rangers. First pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies is swung on and lifted into left field. That's down for a base hit. And maybe that'll get him going. A 1-out single for the Wiz, and the Braves try to do a little something here.
I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz, and nobody beats me.
That'll bring the go-ahead winning run to home plate. Tying run at first. We'll see if Ozzie may be trying to steal a base here to get in scoring position. Sean Murphy, the only run of the game so far, a solo shot back in the second. First pitch, swing and a miss. He was trying to end the game there. Slider up around his eyeballs. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Strom comes set. Brings it. Swing and a miss right there in his wheelhouse, and he cannot touch it. It's 0-2. Eli White stands on deck. And if you wonder if Ozzie may try to take off, expecting something in the dirt or an off-speed pitch here with 2 strikes to Murphy. The 0-2. Down and away. Slow bender, 1-2. That'd have been a perfect pitch to go on. JT Real Muto is a tough customer to steal on. Even at his advanced age as a catcher, he's still one of the best. So 1-2 count. Snicker may not want to take the risk. The 1-2. Swing, lifts it. High into center field. Drifting back on the warning track, making the catch for a long, loud out number 2. And the Braves are down to their final out. He gave it a ride, a little more oomph, and we'd be dancing in the streets. But instead, 1 on, 2 outs. Eli White, the batter. If he keeps the line moving, it'll be Fairchild. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way to Eli is 87, misses high. It's 1-0. On the bench, all that you have left is Michael Harris and Verdugo, both left-handed hitters. 1-0. Two 2-0. Slider misses. So a 2-0 count. Anything that gets down in the gap could and should tie the game if Ozzie gets a good jump with his speed. The 2-0 to Eli. They set up on the inner track. Inside 3-0. A walk would move the tying run into scoring position. The 3-0 count. Right there, four-seam fastball, 3-1. If you flash this forward, if the bases were to be loaded, it would be Luke Williams, remember, batting in the 9-hole. The 3-1. Inside, ball 4. What? 3 inches inside, and he calls it a strike. Nothing from the dugout. Just chirp it. Just crickets. That pitch was 2 to 3 inches easily off the plate. So you got a full count, 2 outs. Runner will be on the go. The payoff to Eli, they set up inside again. Why not? Down and in, ball 4. Ball rolls to the backstop, and JT Real Muto does not know where the ball is, and Ozzie Albies is going to make it all the way down to third. So in a roundabout way, that very bad call, unbelievably bad call we've gotten all day long from Willie Traynor, worked out because the ball skidded underneath the glove of Real Muto, and Ozzie saw it, made it all the way to third base. Eli White will stay at first. He had no chance to advance realistically. Maybe if he was running out of the box, but by the time he realized it was out, I still don't think he's going to get there. So runners on the corners and 2 outs, and it's going to be up to Stuart Fairchild. They have a quick powwow between Real Muto and Strom. Stuart Fairchild batting .205. A ground out, a strikeout, a fly out. See what he can do here. First pitch. Down and away, 1-0. Luke Williams is on deck. You really wouldn't gain anything by bringing on Harris or Verdugo, the lefties, versus Strawman at pitch hit role. So it's going to be Luke Williams if Stewart can reach the 1-0. 92 up top, 1-1. 1-1 count. Williams on deck. Acuna in the hole. The pitch. Swing. Pops it up. That'll be a lazy fly ball into right field. Catches it just before the wall, and that'll end the game. In the inning, in the series. And the Braves lose a tough series to the Phillies. 2-1. They lose the game 2-1. And all in all, it was just a bad day for the offense, but I still say that was aided by the terrible umpiring from Willie Traynor. He was inconsistent at best. He was awful, if you want to be more accurate. Braves lose it 2-1. 2 runs, 7 hits for the Phillies, no errors. Braves 1 run, 6 hits, no errors. They'll go back to the drawing board and welcome in the Angels for a 3-game set. They're at home for the rest of the week. Angels for 3, Orioles for 3. That is an area of your schedule that you can take advantage of. We'll see you Tuesday, noon Eastern, for you Country Club members for Braves Country Today. I'm Mac McGee for Braves Country Radio. Y'all have a good one. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer cooled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With the smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult. He bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two." "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball. And now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.